Yeah, welcome my viewers. How are you doing today? You're welcome to another episode of Safety Moment with Aliola. This time around, we'll be giving a simple explanation using analogy of a mosquito just to explain the hierarchy of safety control measures. Remember, if you've not subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe so that we can continue to give you these safety topics and these safety discussions. So generally, we have five hierarchy of basic control, hierarchy of safety control measures. Elimination, substitution, engineering control, administrative control, and the use of PPE. Elimination has to do with removing the hazard, that is, eliminating the existence of the hazard wherever you are. You don't want it to happen. Substitution means that you are using a less hazardous or a less risky stuff, a less risky substance or a less risky hazard to replace the more hazardous one. Then when we're talking about engineering control, it means you are trying to create a barrier between you, the worker, and the hazard. Between the hazard and the equipment, between the hazard and every other thing that you don't want to be involved in the hazard. When we're talking about administrative control, it has to do with procedures, training. It has to do with more of worker behavior, human behavior, and every other thing, checklist and every other thing. That is under administrative control, use of PPEs or permit to work system, risk assessment, has to do with human behavior. Then the last one, PPE, which is normal things, personal protective equipment. So now, if you're talking about we're trying to use analogy of a mosquito to make it easier for us to understand. When you're talking about elimination, like you want to eliminate the existence of mosquito, you don't even want that mosquito to exist in the first place. What can you do? Okay, I have the money, let me go and live in an area where there's no mosquito. You've eliminated that mosquito in your life. You agree with me? So that's elimination. Like in real life, in real practice instance, in the company, you can decide to outsource a job. Like, I don't want to do this job, I don't want this hazard or this risk in my company, I want to outsource this part of my work to an external company to do it and give me the product. That is an example of what? Elimination. It can also be that the breeding space of mosquito, where they are breeding, you don't want them to exist in your area. So the breeding space, you try to clear up the breeding space. Waters, where they feed on, waterlogged areas, dark spots, what they breed on and what makes them to live and to exist. You try to remove those things. That's part of elimination. So you can call it housekeeping. Housekeeping can actually fall under administrative control, but we are just trying to make an overview explanation to make it easier for us to understand what elimination means. That is, you're trying to remove the existence of that hazard not to happen in the first place. Now, substitution means that you are replacing the less hazardous stuff, less hazardous substance, less hazardous procedure, or whatever, to the more hazardous one. So what example can we give for that one? Okay, let me see an example. Let me just try to bring out something. Okay, for example, it is a female anopheles mosquito that actually causes malaria. Okay, now say, okay, let me replace that female mosquito with male anopheles mosquito. Just trying to bring up something. I hope you understand what I mean. You are replacing it with something that is less hazardous. It can also be in the sense that, okay, we are using drainage in our communities and there's water. Okay, let us use, instead of using normal drainage, let us make our drainage covered. It will be completely covered. There's no way that even the mosquito will even come. Maybe the outlet will be in another street down. It's a kind of substitution. You are substituting that source of the hazard with something that is less hazardous. Another example outside, also surrounding mosquito, okay, like the mosquito coil that we use or the sensor that we use. Okay, you are trying to use a non-chemical insecticide to attack your mosquito, because the non-chemical one is less hazardous to our health. Just trying to bring out something. I hope you understand. So that is an example of trying to substitute with something that is less hazardous. You can also bring your own examples in the comment section so that we can all learn together. Now, after that, we're talking about engineering control. That is creating a barrier. And a very common example is our mosquito net. When we want to sleep, we put our mosquito net, we tie it, and we enter. So we've not eliminated the hazard. The hazard is still existing, but we created the barrier. As simple as that, to to distance us from that what? From that hazard, which is the mosquito we are talking about. So that is part of what? Engineering control. So in real practical sense, can be creating a barrier, a gap between the worker and the hazard. Like a rotating part of your equipment, putting a gap. You are creating a barrier. Same thing we are using an analogy of a mosquito, talking about the mosquito net. We're not talking about administrative control. It has to do with some other things like housekeeping, cleaning up your area, removing dark spots, training your kids on how to eliminate them. Now you are training them. That training process is not elimination. That training process is administrative control. Okay, this is how to live. Don't leave our plates in the kitchen. Make sure you wash your plates and make sure they are dry. Clean them very well. Remove all rags. Take them outside. Wash your clothes. Dry them. Don't allow for any dark spot. Make sure that every seal around the house, anywhere that mosquito can come inside, is covered. Let us use net in our the actual action can actually fall under engineering, administrative, engineering, substitution, but training them on how to do all those things fall under administrative controls, procedures, policies. This is how we do things in our house. In our house, we don't allow anybody to open the net. In our house, we don't allow plates to remain in the kitchen. In fact, in food safety, it's not hygienic enough for us to leave our plates without washing them immediately. Personal hygiene, that is part of what? Administrative control. Then the last one, PPE. Obviously, these days, if I want to sleep, I will tie my hand, tie my leg. Why? Because of mosquito. In real sense, using of hand gloves, using of socks, wearing socks because of mosquitoes, wearing hand gloves because of mosquitoes. There are some hand gloves that are specifically made for mosquitoes. So that is the last resort. After going through all the hierarchies from the beginning, after trying to eliminate, after trying to substitute, after trying to put barriers, after trying to do training and every other thing, housekeeping and every other thing, they now go to the last resort. That is the use of PPE. So that is the simplest explanation on hierarchy of safety control measures with respect to the normal safety that we do, because in process safety, the hierarchy is actually very different. So I hope you understand this episode of Safety Moment with Alila. If you find this beneficial, please kindly share with your friends. Put in the comment section additions, subtraction, eliminations, any other thing that you want to put, so that we can all learn together. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember to follow me on Instagram. I wish you a safe and lovely day. Thank you. God bless you. Oh yes, I'm introducing to you Safety Moment with Waliola, where we enlighten, we educate, and we widen our scope on various health and safety issues. We discuss safety as a way of life and safety as a career path. At Safety Moment with Waliola, we discuss various safety-related issues ranging from home safety, personal safety, safety of our kids, safety while we are at work, and other critical safety issues, accidents that happen around us, and we discuss about the investigation and lesson learned. Always remember that safety is everyone's business. We need to be proactive and be aware of the hazard around us so that we can put corrective actions in place. Join us as we battle into the world of safety. Join us on all our Instagram handles, on Facebook, on YouTube, on WhatsApp, and we will surely give you the best. Thank you as you join us.